again. Just kidding, it's me, Angellighttarot23. Hi, guys. That's what I always say when a scammer's calling me, and they just hang up on me right away. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Tonight, we're doing a special reading. It's different, a different kind of reading. This book right here is the Dark Weaver book, but I taped this cover over it to make it a different book. The Child It. I feel like there's people out here and spirits who are connecting with us who can resonate with this title. Everybody feels abused by somebody else. And we're trying to get to the bottom of it. Why do we feel, a lot of communication about this taking place? I felt like a block in my throat, literally. Weird. Anyways, a lot of people feel like they are singled out and they're kind of targeted, and they feel like they're under somebody who thinks they're their mommy or daddy. So that's what this is going to be about. I'm sorry, before we get into it, I'm sorry I haven't posted a reading the last few days. I've been doing lives the last few times I went live on TikTok. I was just trying to give my TikTok friends a little attention and let them know I'm still doing this, and I let them know that I like to be on my YouTube channel more often than on there, because we save the videos over here a lot easier. I can make clips. Excuse me. I can make this. Yeah, this is clarity. This helps you guys understand the creators you're watching more when I explain this shit to you.
I'm glad you're here.
But a lot of people over on TikTok are all about entertainment, and they're battling and stuff, and they don't really care about saving their content as much as I do. So that's why the YouTube platform is better for me. Anyways, TikTok gets me getting people over here. So that's why sometimes I go wander off over to TikTok and spend some time there. So I will do a collective message for you guys later. I just want to do this reading here. The Child It story. If you want to go check out my TikTok and you missed the lives that I did post some clips, so you can go check and see if you can view those. Which deck shall I use for this? Let's just start out with traditional tarot deck for now.
Navel.
The the Navy's involved in something. They're behind an issue. My uncle was a captain in the Navy. He was married to my aunt, who was my mom's sister. But she passed away. She had cancer. Alright, getting into the reading. This card fell on the floor, which is Hermit Mode. Which is going within and really thinking about things. Feeling throat blockages again. And we have contentment. So there's some sort of discontentment there in the background while somebody's just at peace. We have this Queen of Wands and the vision, the goal, with the star. We got Page
This
of
is cursed
Swords.
land.
Listen here, Spirit. You have said that before, but other spirits have told me this is sacred land. So, what is it? Is this land sacred or is it cursed? Or is it cursed sacred land? Alright, we got Page of Swords. So, a sword of truth. Indicating
Madam,
a message being delivered or received.
get out of here.
Indicating somebody needs to go to the roots of a problem to find proper solutions. When it comes to Australia, and we have Russia involved in that, some ugly truths. I've seen Australia being self-absorbed. Not gonna lie. We got raid, cops watching. We got predator looking for prey. Devilish. There's somebody connected to Australia who's no good. For sure. I've seen it come up multiple times in the readings. Over time. Alright, we got Archangel Metatron. Transformation happening. Somebody said I'm crushing it here. The universe. The universe said that. We got the bully. Who's a bully? This bad character here.
I'm over here.
You may think you are crazy, but you would be crazy to believe that these karmic family members have a distorted view and they don't realize that they're the problem. They think that you, who are different than all of them, are the problem, but no, you're the one that's right. You think appropriately. This is most black sheep in families. There's that one person that just doesn't fuck with anybody else in the rest of the family. It's for a fucking reason. It's because they don't want to be like that. They see their chaos. So these fucking karmic family members are trying to make it out that this one person is crazy, but really they all
1960s.
are caught up in some karmic characteristics and cycles and drama. You can stay away from these people all motherfucking year. But then you see them during Christmas time or something, and then, like, the snap of a goddamn finger, all the problems you experienced once before in your life start happening again. And you're like, I know it's the fucking family members that I see once a fucking year. Every time I see them at the holiday party,
Do you
for
believe in
weeks
us?
afterwards, it's like they linger with their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is it about them? Yeah, history repeats itself. Dude, I can't believe that's the card that was in my hand. I didn't even look. But yeah, you see the cycles repeating themselves. And you're like, is this really happening all over again? We got the Ten of Pentacles. So somebody is focused on their stability. And we got somebody trying to control the stability. And it's heartbreaking. Like, life is already hard enough. And when you're putting in hard work to get somewhere in your life, God sees that.
Little
Your
boy.
ancestors see that. It doesn't matter what your mom or dad or other family members say. When, like you define your own success. They can't tell you what's success for you. Like, if it's working for you and you're putting money in your hand, and you're getting your shit built the way you want it built, that's exactly what you're supposed to fucking do. So, what is it? What is it about you doing what you want to do that makes them feel like you need help and they need to put their hands on this and that and control the whole situation? What the fuck is it? They really just can't seem to see you happy? No, it's deeper than that. It's fucking deeper than that. It's gotta be. We got something to do with this Scorpio. Age 25 to 34. Karma may have struck or will if you were or plan to be unfair, unjust, greedy,
Can you move
or
location?
or you're just materialistic. We got illusions, delusions. Dude, literally, some family members out there of some people's are plotting to kill them for insurance money or hide lies that they don't want coming out. Like, what if your parents back in the 70s, when they were conceiving you,
Yes, I'm here.
they they uh they were at a party and some guy died and they hid the body, and they're still trying to hide that. You don't know that. You were just in the process of being conceived, so, but it affects you still. And that's the shit that the divine knows that you don't know. So when your ancestors are pulling up to fucking protect you and defend your honor
Wisdom.
and shit, you should allow them to help you. You can tell when somebody's really trying to help you and when they're not. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't feel like help, it isn't. If you're happy and you're stable, you're feeding yourself, and you're balanced in all areas, that's all that matters. Now, when they're taking hits at the things you've built for yourself, chiseling away at it, making you upset that you chose this life for yourself, that's narcissistic and overwhelming. And that's harassment. And that's where one must draw the line with people. I can't keep factoring in toxic family members destroying my stuff. I want to get
Right.
more and more up as I put in more effort. I don't want to have to put in extra effort because they're making shit extra hard. And they're chiseling at the things I've already built for myself. So if I'm building my home, if I buy an old house and I'm remodeling it, and my family members are trying to make me feel some type of way for buying into this old house because they don't see the future picture like I do. You know what I'm saying? So I buy all this shit to rebuild that bathroom, and it's all done. I finished the bathroom and I'm moving on to the kitchen. And while I'm starting the kitchen, one of my family members comes over. They're like, "Can I use the bathroom?" And while they're in there, they fucking just break something off the fucking
Trust
wall,
me.
and they're like, "Oops," but they did it on purpose. And they're like, "Oh, look, you're already needing to fix things in the bathroom. You just moved on to the kitchen. Can you imagine how this is gonna go as you go along this whole house?" And they just keep doing that the whole time you're building your house. You fix something and you turn around and they break it, whether you see them or not, because they just want to slow you down from getting to your
Holly.
overall goal and vision. That's fucked, right? And that's what the
We fought
divine is
here.
trying to explain to certain people when they're showing up. But that's very hard to explain unless you explain it like how I just did. Like, you get pissed off quick thinking about it like that. Like, I'm feeling it in my chest right now. Like, god damn, that would piss me the fuck off. I just get the shit screwed on the wall. Then I'm going to screw the next thing in, and they did that on purpose. That's disrespect. And they don't even understand that disrespect. They tell you you're disrespectful for telling them they're disrespectful for doing that. They're like, how do you even know I did that? That's disrespectful. They know they did that, right?
They killed me.
All right. So I feel like these it children are feeling like that. Like, if you try to move away from your abusive mother and you're an it child from the basement, but you got too big for the basement, so she's starting to let you live out of the basement. Um, you try to get out of her house. You buy a new house. That's what she's gonna do. She's gonna fucking tear this and that down as you're going along fixing it, and you're just gonna have to backtrack and fix things and waste a whole bunch of time. These poor it children. God, they probably don't even have enough time to feed themselves because they're trying to backtrack and fix all the chiseled stuff
Filming.
before the whole house falls down. You know what I'm saying? If they chiseled at the foundation, you gotta fix that shit right away, or the whole thing's coming down. All right, we got somebody
Abigail.
taking a leap of faith towards family and closing out a cycle, or
I'm in my
maybe
60s.
a leap away from this family to be victorious. Okay.
Rat torture.
Yeah, I think that's what it is because we had those illusions. I think it's they're leaping away from the illusions created by this family, and they're closing out a cycle with them altogether to be victorious personally, which is okay. Sometimes you need to do that. We got the Hierophant. Yeah, this card was over here. I had set that over here. That's the independent card, standing independently. So the Hierophants will be behind somebody who's choosing self love and self care. First thing important is you're taking care of yourself. You're protecting your vessel. That's one thing that God has said you're supposed to do. And the Hierophants are all about that. You doing what's best, what's God's greatest will. So they aren't going to argue with your karmic family members about the fine details. Divine law is very basic. You got something to do with the Two of Cups. You got to know the basics and then build off that. If you don't know the basics and you're just running around trying to fake it till you make it, you're bound to get thrown back to learning the basics until you learn the basics. You know what I'm saying? So this Two of Cups relationship, that's a committed relationship, which is being put on hold for a moment because we gotta look around at the options. Of the illusions that we can clear away. There's like such a big amount of illusions that were created and confusion. It's the entanglement. A lot of people are wrapped up in the entanglement. And they're like, I see how this is connected to me, but I'm not sure how. So they're trying to figure out how. Some of us out here do understand how this shit is connected to all of us as one, like me and other Hierophants and stuff. It's very complex. That's why most people don't understand. Because they don't want to take the time to understand. Like I can only break things down so far for people. Me and somebody I work with, a couple guys I work with, we noticed that some people just don't like lessons at all. Like not even they don't even like to be told a quick preschool level lesson. Like the other day, a guy pee-peed on the seat. And I was like, I'm not this guy's mom. I'm not gonna clean his pee-pee off the seat. Fuck that. Where I work, we can call housekeeping, and that's their job. But yeah, I, you should be mature enough to not pee-pee on the seat and have like if somebody has to call housekeeping on you and you're a mess, You need to take a look at yourself. Extra. I'm sick of it. Anyways,
You are forgiving.
people that pee pee on the seat and then we gotta call housekeeping to clean up their mess. They try to blame it on other people. I mean, it's natural. Just don't forget that. Alright. Looking to what to clear out. Like, what doesn't really matter. Because people were making a big deal out of nothing at some point. And at this point, we're realizing they were making a big deal out of nothing. So we need to release things. And we have this Seven of Wands energy. In order to rise above the situation, right now, a lot of these imaginary clutter things are holding certain individuals down. So it's hard for them to float up and rise above
More to the history.
when they're constantly pulled back in to the chaos in the details. Certain people know which details are going to get you pulled back in, suckered back in. You don't want to get suckered back in anymore. We got kissing, two lips. This is a clout chase. Waking up from the clout chase, distorted realities. We got heal the past, live in the present, and dream for the future. If you've made mistakes in the past, the divine is asking you to release your worries and your stress about it because Jesus, although what happened to him was horrible,
Video.
it saves you because you are a person that knows not what you do. You can be forgiven if you know not what you do. Now, if you know exactly what the fuck you're doing, you're in trouble. You guys know who you are. We got this Emperor, this King of Pentacles, this devilish energy, Queen of Cups, Temperance Angel. God damn. What a divine intervention. And we got somebody giving or receiving a bit of love or care. And a judgment call being made.
Kevin.
We got 777. You are growing spiritually. You may have had an energetic victory. You are leveling up. Good job from the angels. See? The divine is going to praise somebody for choosing themselves and what they desire and want and see as a fulfilling, passionate choice for themselves versus what the fuck other people said. And the divine is like, yay! And this is how your new beginnings begin. Unimaginable things. You're stepping into the unknown and letting go of what you know. You fucking are sick of. You know what I'm saying? What is there to love? Because they've been holding you back from it the whole time, distracting you with those details that kept suckering you back in. Go find some details to sucker you in somewhere else. Just be patient until the right kind of growth happens. We got eyes for another soulmate. Hiding addictions. 666. You're attracting your yeah. You are attracting your manifestations. Change happens when you do that. Don't be
Someone's
resistant to
watching.
change. Okay. Ah, cuddles. That makes somebody concerned. If somebody actually cares about somebody. I feel like it was all hee hee and ha ha about setting this person up for fuckery, and then somebody that they pulled into their group to hee hee ha ha and laugh, like the people behind the cameras at the Hunger Games. They were like, no. And they're like, you actually care about these people who are watching? Kill him! And he took off immediately. And he realized that he had just risen up out of that arena. And somebody needs to take over this situation with the arena, with the people killing each other, Hunger Games style, and there's
I'm
people
glad you're
behind the
here.
cameras watching it. Hee hee and ha ha about people doing fucked up shit because they set up they send people in to throw in little obstacles here, little obstacle there, take a ratchet to the wheels of the cars on that map, and they send in horrible medics. They're like, you have injuries? Let me help you. And then they're like, oh my god, thank
14.
you. I wasn't expecting medics. And then they fuck them up even worse. Like they fix the wound that they're supposed to, but then they create another one. And they're like, oh my god, that was a fucking horrible medic. It's crazy. Sport it children. I just realized the it children
1.
are basically living the life of the Hunger Games death arena. And their parents couldn't do anything about it. And these people who are watching behind the screen
I was
think
poor.
they're their parents because they were able to overpower the real parents. Kind of went off on a little fantasy spiel, but I think that was exactly what I needed to do there because it makes sense.
Photo.
A photo. What about a photo?
Healing.
The photos are healing.
Suspect.
Somebody's a suspect. I feel like the masturbators are taking a hit. They're part of Gravy Train. They don't really care about anything else. They're hornballs, basically. A bunch of horny fucking men. They don't really want to get in trouble, so they're looking for photos for personal healing, which is okay.
Don't move.
That's actually, I think, the right thing to do. Suspect, don't move. Maybe the spirit was a suspect that died or something. What's your name, spirit?
I wander these grounds.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I'm gonna end that here. 4 children called it. If you guys know any children that seem like it, help them. They need our help more than anybody, I feel like.
There's bad here.
You're so alone and vulnerable. It's sad. Alright, peace out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like. And don't forget to
I
subscribe
understand what you say.
to my channel if you haven't already.